Hello folks, back again, DJ here. Welcome to my channel once more, and you're very welcome. So I want to talk this afternoon. What time is it now? It's 23 minutes past 4, so it's getting late in the afternoon during these winter months, I should say. I'm making it wrong already. I'm going to talk about what's going on. My favourite subject at the moment, free speech in UK. And what I want to talk about is Elon Musk. Elon Musk. He defends free speech for hundreds of Britons as he reveals he refused to hand over account details to the British police. It has been disclosed that Elon Musk's social media platform, X, as you know, formerly Twitter, refused to hand the account details of hundreds of British police to police during last summer's unrest. New figures published by X showed that Musk's firm turned down over half of UK government's information requests in the second half of the 2024 with the new Labour government. X said its share user information. It shared 379 cases out of 806 disclosure cases. The British government asked for 806 cases where they wanted to know the details of users, and X said no. But they allowed 279 after checking them out. Their legal department checked them out and thought, okay, these do need to be checked out. But they refused 53% of the requests. So they disclosed 47% of what the government wanted. Now that's far lower than Google, Meta, TikTok and LinkedIn. Far fewer than them. Most figures cover requests from police and other official bodies and can include data including internet addresses, and even private messages. The latest drop stretched from July to August, when unrest broke out across the country, and you know why, it was the Southport killings, wasn't it? And dozens of people were arrested for social media posts. Some received prison sentences, a fact which has since dominated both Musk and close ally, Vice President J.D. Vance, President Donald's deputy, isn't he? It influenced their public opinion of Britain when they kept finding the new government kept asking for more and more disclosures of the users' private emails, their private email addresses, and our internet addresses. And that's why Musk spoke out. Last summer, Elon Musk compared the UK to the Soviet Union and accused the then weeks-old Labour government of censorship. Then in January of this year, 2025, following the re-emergence of the public outcry over the grooming gangs which Elon Musk illustrated, he wrote, "At this rate, the UK government will pretty soon be executing people for liking a meme." Bit extreme, yes, but I can see where he was going with his thinking. He kept seeing people being arrested, and this asking for information, our private emails. But are we winning? I understand that Facebook, Instagram, and Threads will no longer be policed by fact checkers. That's what Mark Zuckerberg has announced, that the most popular social media platforms on the planet will now rely on crowdsourced system similar to the community notes used on Elon Musk's X, formerly Twitter. In a video message, CEO Mark Zuckerberg explained the calculation behind the sweeping changes, and he said, "We're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms." It took Elon Musk to start this off, didn't it? They didn't want to know until he and, of course, Donald Trump coming into power. But I also note The mounting street arrests and police harrying of people silently praying within their own heads, and of people carrying signs offering a voluntary talk and a practical help to those who seek it. So it seems the USA-based organisation seek to get back to freedom of thought, whilst the UK is flying in the opposite direction under this socialist government. With our Prime Minister espousing publicly that free speech is safe in his hands. In the White House he said this. The police, the justice system and his own cabinet ministers practice the opposite. The Scottish devolved Parliament implement draconian anti-free speech communication with the arrest of a 74-year-old woman, a female pensioner, because she offered a chat with people who would like to chat. And she's arrested under the public space law in Scotland, which came out in, I think, the 24th of February this year. And she's arrested because she had a board in front of her saying, "Here to help." She said, "Coercion is a crime. Here to help if you want it." Arrested. That is policing, thought policing, speech policing, and even peaceful standing in the street. So Elon Musk was right in my mind. What about your mind? Give us your views at the end of this, if you will. What I'm saying is, so it's our Prime Minister has said these things. His cabinet ministers are going the opposite, and so we're heading headlong for a fall into what George Orwell in his novel 1984 called Newspeak. It was a dystopian government he predicted that would be like Starmer saying, sort of freedom of speech is sancrosanct, and it's like saying good is bad, right is wrong, war is peace, and free speech and thoughts are no longer free. He's speaking the opposite, and the George Orwell's novel did the same. He forecast it would be. George Orwell had this scene. I don't know if you've read the book, but it says that a man is told, and he's sort of a clerical worker, and he's told 2 and 2 is 5. And the man says, no, 2 and 2 is 4. And it goes on and on and on at him until eventually he goes, okay, 2 and 2 is 5. This is what's happening to us. You've got a Prime Minister saying that Britain has a long history of free speech and it will be equally long under him, whilst they clamp down on free speech and police are arresting people and putting them, fining them, taking them into court, putting them in handcuffs and in prison cells and police cells for free speech, to curb it. Give us your comments, please. I look forward to your comments. And also, what I'd like to say is, if you like these, do press the like button. But most of all, it helps me complete these. It helps me make these if you subscribe to the channel. So it doesn't cost you a penny. It doesn't cost you a cent. It doesn't even cost you a rupee. It's totally free to press that subscribe button. So why won't you do it? Please subscribe, and then I'll be able to continue with these swift, brief briefings to you of news which is coming through but isn't very often given to you by the traditional media, the television and the radio and the newspapers. So there we are. If you want the news and you want it free, just press that subscribe button, please. And so what I'm going to say to you now is be safe, be good, and goodbye.